In today's short class, we're going to work on head forward posture and rounded shoulders. Very often, modern life requires a lot of sitting, a lot of looking down at whatever we're working on. And as a result, we end up with a little bit of a rounded shoulder and our head kind of hanging out in front of us. And one of the two ways that you'll fix this to have good posture is you'll push your pelvis forward and flare your ribs. So in today's class, we're just going to mobilize the shoulders and the hips and perhaps end with an end result of just feeling a little bit more upright. So I'm going to get you start standing in neutral. Thinking about as best you can, feet pointing straight ahead, straight line from the top of the pelvis through the knees to the heels, just letting your arms relax. And if you're not lightheaded, I'm going to have you close your eyes. Close your eyes, take a moment, and just mentally scan the body. Notice where the weight is in your feet. Notice how your ankles, knees, and hips feel. Observe how your upper back and shoulders feel. Noticing your neck and your throat. Observing how your jaw is feeling. And then finally, kind of swallow a couple of times and also take a few breaths in and out through your nose and just notice how your neck, how you're swallowing, and how your breathing is feeling, because that actually can change as well as our posture starts to change. So once you've taken that full body scan, I'm going to have you find 2 light hand weights. And light is always very subjective. So you could have anywhere from 2 to 10 pounds, kind of depending on how strong you're feeling. 1 weight in each hand, and you're going to stand up nice and tall. So the first thing we want to notice, if the weight is appropriate, just standing, holding something in your hands can change how our posture feels. So you might already notice you're a little bit more upright. You're going to pick up your shoulders, draw a circle forward, down, and back. Up, forward, down, back. I'm going to do 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now go the other way. Go up, back, down, forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, just stand up nice and tall. See if you can relax your jaw a little bit. Notice if standing feels different. Maybe we notice the weight in our feet has shifted a little bit. I'm going to have you set your weights aside. Stand back up. Stretch your arms out shoulder height. So now we're going to shift our focus to the hips, moving into stork walks. So you're going to pick up your left foot, then pick up your right foot, and we're going to try and march at a pretty steady pace, watching that you're not moving from right to left too much. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now stand, relax. Maybe you notice you're getting a little warmer. Maybe you're noticing you're breathing a little bit more deeply. That's perfect. You're going to stretch your arms out shoulder height. Think about shoulders down and back. And then you're going to sit down in imaginary stool. So you're kind of trying to get as low as you can, tipping the pelvis forward. If you had a tail, it'd be up and wagging. You want to think about maybe getting your breastbone, your sternum, parallel to the wall in front of you, and just look up a little bit. You're going to hang out here for about half a minute. If you're feeling really strong, you can try and sit a little lower. You really want to be aware that you're attempting to create a little arch in your lumbar spine. Take 1 more breath and then stand up. Stand up again, watch your circulation shift. Now, find your block. If you don't have a block, you can use a pillow, just fold it in half. Set that between your knees. Again, double check, feet are pointing straight ahead. We're going to go into standing knee pillow squeezes. So you're going to squeeze the blocks, relax. Squeeze, relax. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now I want you to take your hands and spread them out. So you're going to spread your hands out, create a little bit of tension there, and then just curl your fingers in as though you were holding a pencil with just your fingers. And then you're going to stretch your arms out shoulder height and see if we can keep that nice, flat, tense hand. Pinch your shoulder blades together and get some nice straight elbows. Now we're doing 40 forward circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 20. 30. 40. Pause. Turn your palms to face up. Recommit to straight elbows. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20. 30. 40. Let your arms relax. Pause for a moment. Take a breath. Again, observe, noticing if anything's starting to change, and then we're going back to our knee pillow squeezes. You're going to squeeze the blocks, relax. Squeeze, relax. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now take your blocks out and you're going to come down onto your hands and knees. So you're coming onto your hands and knees, middle finger points forward, thumbs point at one another. Now move your knees back a little bit. And then, so we want to end up in a place where the shoulders are over the wrists and the knees are slightly behind the hips. Now, while you're here, I just want you to test out shoulder blade movements. You want to think shoulder blades together, shoulder blades wide, shoulder blades together, shoulder blades wide. And just see, can I get that happening at all? I want you to relax shoulder blades together. Let your head dangle, let your ribs drop, and let your pelvis dump forward. So essentially, you are hanging your spine like a hammock between your shoulders and your hips. We have spinal extension in the low back. And this isn't a necessarily easy shape. It doesn't necessarily feel good per se. There might be strong sensation in your low back. There definitely might be strong sensation in your shoulders. Really and truly letting your neck go might be hard, or letting your head go might be hard. We're just hanging out here. And if you think about it, the position of the pelvis, the position of the low back, and what's happening in the shoulders is very, very different than head forward posture and rounded shoulders. It's very, very different than seated. And so we're just changing the input for our nervous system, perhaps letting go of some of those postural habits. Take a couple more breaths here. Really let that head dangle. Let your jaw relax. See if you can one more time allow the shoulders to relax together a little bit. Maybe let that pelvis dump forward. Take one more breath here. Pick your head up, let your shoulder blades go wide, and then you're going to come all the way back up into standing. As you come up into standing, grab your block again and set that between your knees. So as you come back up into standing, pause for a moment. Maybe noticing your circulation shifting. Again, maybe we have a sense that the weight is a little bit different in our feet. Last set of knee pillow squeezes, you're going to squeeze the blocks, relax, squeeze, relax. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go back to your golf club grip. So stretch those hands out, curl those fingers in, knuckles by temple, thumbs point down. So your knuckles are close to your face, and that's acting like a hinge on a door. We're going to go elbows as wide as they can go, and then elbows touch together in the middle. Elbows wide, together, wide, together. And over time, you might notice maybe your elbows don't touch, or it's hard to get them to go wide, but over time, this will improve. Say that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let your arms relax. Stand up tall. Last little bit of work here, you're going to interlace your hands in front of your heart. Turn your palms to face away. So you can get straight elbows, and then lift your arms, lift your gaze. Really, really, really reaching up. You want to think about, again, if I had a tail, it's up and wagging. I'm letting my ribs flare. I'm letting my shoulders go up around my ears. You're allowing your head to drop back. You can let your shoulders hold your head, and you're looking up as best you can, breathing. Take one more breath here. Bring your head back forward, bring your arms back forward. Set your block aside, and just for a moment stand. And if you're not lightheaded, you're going to go ahead, close your eyes. Just observe if standing feels a little different. Again, test, kind of check in. How are my shoulders feeling? Where's my rib cage relative to my pelvis? How's my neck and throat feeling? And again, take a couple breaths here and notice if maybe you have a sense that your breathing has changed a little bit. And it might have, and it might not have. Thank you all for following along. We'll see you next month.